Hello, everyone out there in podcast land. We are your hosts, Gerard and Alex. In case you haven't noticed, we are Buckeyes fans, and we are also the hosts and creators of this episode of the GAJ podcast. If you saw my video from earlier today, you know that we are very big Ohio State Buckeyes fans, and therefore we are recording kind of a post-game podcast because the Buckeyes just pulled out a pretty tough victory against the University of Texas in the Cotton Bowl. Man, what a game. What a game. We would try and get some input from JR, even though he wouldn't know anything about it. However, he is currently hungover still in a Cybertruck. So
not the Cybertruck that blew up.
Not the Cybertruck that blew up. Good call.
Not Cybertruck.
Disclaimer, he's not the guy in the Cybertruck that blew up. He's in a Cybertruck against his will. So we're still kind of working on negotiating his release. We've been close at times and not so close at other times, but we're going to keep working on it and sneak in some supplies for him so he can do things like be hungover in a Cybertruck. Anyway, if you've been with us before, like I said, you already know what we're going to talk about today. Apologize if you're not a fan. You're welcome if you are a fan. But the Buckeyes had a great win, and we're probably going to talk aloud about it. So if you're going to stick with us, thank you. If you've been with us before, thanks for coming back. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for checking us out. I would love to encourage you to drop a little wavy emoji in the comments so we know you're there. And if you want us to shout you out, we can do that next week. Also, if you get a chance to catch a glimpse of my lovely fiance, Ashley, make sure you say hi to her as well. We're going to power through some stuff because I'm just so fucking excited about this game. I think pretty much everything's going to be related to it anyway. But we are going to start off with our first regular segment, and that is called Mom's Spaghetti. And I am actually going to kick it off with our mom's spaghetti, right? Because she was kind enough to share it with us earlier this week. However, Alex and I were busy with other professional endeavors and weren't able to record at our normally scheduled time. So we're recording on Friday after the game, but we'll still go through some things. Mom's spaghetti. So Mom's dinner was a personal-sized Lou Malnati's Chicago Classic and a Malnati salad. I know she loves those things, and then she actually sent us two. So I think this was like earlier this week. And then for New Year's, looks like she had, this looks good, a seafood linguine pasta, which is kind of a norm for her because I don't know if it's a Filipino thing or what it is, but noodles on New Year's Eve and like birthdays, that sort of thing. I guess they kind of represent long life, and apparently broccoli, I didn't know this, represents prosperity because it's green in color. Clams are for happiness, I guess. Oh, because the shell's closed and then opens, and then chocolate for comfort food. So, yeah. Mom, dinner looks good. Why can't I switch to the other views? I love me a Lou Malnati's pizza, man. I'm kind of craving it. Oh, I was wondering what that buzzing was. I wasn't even looking at your screen. You're massaging. We've got some weird shit going on today because I have like the back scratcher close by so that I can scratch my back. But that was Mom's contribution to Mom's spaghetti. Looks quite tasty. Oh, she even has that little orange for some nutrition. This was, well, you know what? I'm gonna go to tonight's game day dinner. Kept it healthy with some pizza rolls, Friday's potato skin chips, and some Girl Scout imitation cookies. And then I just had some water. I think I had some BCAs. And after that game, I have switched to a trusty, I don't know if you can see that, PBR. It's tasty stuff. So that is what I have for Mom's Spaghetti. Alex, what did you have? Well, you know what? What did you have for New Year's? Did you do anything cool for a New Year's meal? I know you
I don't care.
Home, but
I haven't eaten anything. I've been drinking some rum.
That a boy. There's some Mom's Spaghetti for you.
It's delicious.
That game, yeah.
It's a Friday. There was a game. I had to drink a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I don't drink that much, so it doesn't take a whole lot to get me a little tipsy.
Yeah, I thought about going out. I actually found a bar where the Ohio State Alumni Association of Kansas City was watching the game, but it's a little bit far. I mean, I could have gone straight from work because it's close to my work, but the problem would be getting home. So I just opted not to do that. But if I would have been part of our segment known as Out and About. Speaking of out and about, what have you been out and about doing?
Well, another football game occurred last weekend. The Chicago Bears, who suck,
yes, sir,
beat the Green Bay Packers.
The drought.
A win that actually hurt our draft position.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
It also hurt the Packers' playoff position.
Yep. So yes, it did.
It's kind of like we suck, but hey, at least we did that. So that
I don't care. It ended the fucking drought. We had lost 11 in a row up to that point.
We're terrible.
The Buckeyes.
We haven't beaten the Packers since 2018 with a worse quarterback with Mitch Trubisky and Matt Nagy. So that happened.
Yeah,
so that was,
and
something to enjoy.
If you've ever seen the clip of Aaron Rodgers, I think it was the last game he played in Chicago as a Packer, he scored a touchdown, ran up to the crowd, and basically just said, I own you. I fucking own you. And it pissed all of us off. Not because he said it, right? I mean, it pissed us off because he said it, but what pissed us off more, at least for me anyway, was he was fucking right. He owned us. So
yeah, well, no, he sucks. He's about to retire. So,
but now he's gonna retire. So good riddance. He never lost to the Bears, unfortunately. Would have been nice.
Outside of football, been doing a little more content for my I Play Nerd YouTube channel.
Nice.
And kind of a new thing that came up is that, obviously I've been a fan of Superman since I was a little kid. If you ask our parents, I love that 1978 Superman movie, which came out long before I was born. I never had a toy of it. I've had a toy of Henry Cavill Superman from the Man of Steel movie, which is probably my favorite movie. Right here. Here's Henry Cavill Superman flying across.
Henry Cavill's your favorite Superman, huh?
Man, it's still my favorite movie. But I never had a Christopher Reeve Superman figure. I've had Superman figures, but not a Christopher Reeve one. And Christopher Reeve, as a kind of like a little bit of irony, he spoke at my college graduation in his wheelchair.
Oh,
but he spoke at my college graduation, so that was kind of a cool thing that happened to me.
Yeah,
but I did get a Christopher Reeve Superman figure recently.
Hey.
He's got his cool cape.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
It's cloth. It's got wires in it, so you can make him do things. It's Christopher Reeve. I'm Christopher Reeve.
We have a segment on
I'm
this.
Henry Cavill. Let's make out. And then for some reason, nope, I dropped him. I had Homer Simpson, but he fell. Let's get Dwight Schrute. Dwight Schrute's on my desk. For some reason, Dwight Schrute.
Okay. I like it.
So I've been filming videos for I Play Nerd. I got that Christopher Reeve action figure one is out already. I got some old ones I'm working on because they take a little bit more time to do. I'll get more out. I just haven't had a lot of time because I've been tired from work and then working out and football. So
yeah.
I'll get more content out there. Otherwise, like my toy hunt videos, it's after Christmas, it's after it's after New Year's. So a lot of excuse me, I'm still ripping up some rum. The stores are kind of dry right now, but I think they're starting to get some stuff over.
Okay.
So maybe tomorrow.
We can talk more about that in your segment because that's coming up next. You didn't do anything for New Year's. Did you do anything
I didn't do shit for New Year's. I celebrated East Coast New Year's, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go watch. I don't know what I watched, Cobra Kai, or maybe not even Cobra Kai. I think I watched something else, and it was I put something on that kind of. I was like, let's get after East Coast New Year. I was like, let's start getting ready for bed. So I just started putting on some random shit, and I started watching it. And then I just happened to be, I happened to be on my couch around West Coast New Year, so I celebrated that. I watched I don't know what I watched. I watched some type of celebration. I think they had a celebration at Disneyland or something like that. So I watched that, and then that was it. I was like, all right, now I'm going to bed.
Yeah, we actually went out.
I drank a little bit. I didn't drink a whole lot. It's just, kind of just.
Yeah, I had a couple of old fashions with dinner. I didn't drink too much either. I had a couple of old fashions with dinner, and then just because we happened to be there fairly late, we weren't going to be able to get anywhere by midnight, so we just stayed at the restaurant and then went home from there. But yeah, we went out with our friends, Mikey and Lillian, had dinner at a restaurant here in Kansas City called Ocean's Prime.
Ocean's 11?
We had no, that'd be cool too, but we had a great dinner. I probably should have. Whoops. I probably should have done this in Mom's Spaghetti, but I had a fantastic steak and
that's
lobster.
A nice piece of meat right there.
Yes, and I actually went for a surf and turf purely because of the last experience I had with a fine dining steak, which was that restaurant in Ohio over Thanksgiving, where all of our steaks were way overcooked. But I finally got a redeeming steak at Ocean's Prime. I got a really nice fillet that was delicious, and the lobster was delicious all by itself, but with that spun butter, oh baby, it was some good stuff. And then they make a very good old fashioned. If you're into whiskey old fashions, they make a very good one. They have the proper ice cube in there, which is the big cube if you don't know. And it's kind of cool because they actually have their logo stamped in it. So they've got ice molds with their logo to make the whiskey ice. I'd say it was a very good. It's not quite my favorite. My favorite is still Farina in Kansas City, but this was a pretty close second, I would say. It was pretty good.
I got an old fashioned Captain and Coke. Actually, this is Captain and Zivia because I don't want to put aspartame in my 43-year-old body because I'm fucking made. I don't want cancer. I don't want sugar. I don't want high syrup fructose or whatever the fuck it's called because I'm old.
Yep. And then I think we can't really get out and about without talking about the weather. You've got some stuff going on out there. Meanwhile, we got hammered over the weekend. We had the freezing rain, which was treacherous. We had accidents all over the freeways. Pretty much Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we had about 14 inches of snow on top of that. I love the snow. You know that. But But yeah, it was. I mean, that's I-70 where you see that truck. If you can see that, that is a major freeway, interstate freeway. That there's no one on it just except for that plow truck going somewhere. So yeah, we got hit pretty good. We did get out and playing it a little bit. We took Millie out in there, so got a little picture there with her kind of smiling. I'm not. She usually looks annoyed whenever we pick her up. So, but we had a little bit of fun in it. You know, got out a little bit later that night just because you know me, I like driving around in the snow and getting a little squirrely. So we did a little bit of that. But otherwise, we just kind of stayed in, and I'm kind of getting more workouts in. So getting back into it. Since I'm talking about weather, I got to ask you though. Those wildfires out in the Palisades, man, those are looking pretty brutal, man. I know you're a ways away from it, but I was actually talking to JR the other night, and I guess from Irvine, which I would think from you too, you can. I guess he said you can see the plumes of smoke pretty well.
I cannot, but I also have not looked. But
Oh, okay.
excuse me. It's kind of funny because I almost took a job out there
Oh,
out in Hollywood. I was like, yeah, I would have been in the middle of that. Given that I probably only been there one day a week, and they probably would have, canceled their in office days around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as where I'm at, yeah, you don't really see it. You hear about it because I'm in Orange County and I'm right by the water. So some of Orange County is getting ashed on. So they go outside, they see ash coming down.
Okay.
But not where I'm at. But there have been previous years where Irvine caught on fire. And it was just like,
Ooh.
I go to work and I look over and I'd see like, hey, look, there's hell. And there's even a long time ago, when I was living where was I living? I think inland Orange County. I was driving down to southern Orange County for work, and I just drive through like so much smoke, and I was like, "This is not good for me."
Yeah.
And I was doing this is a very long time ago. This is probably like
you
2000.
should have stayed home.
Well, this is before I work from home. This is probably like 2007 or 8 or 9. Who knows how long ago it was? But I have seen Irvine catch on fire and just being like, hey, that's a thing. And actually a few years ago, probably closer to the beginning of the pandemic, I was talking to companies for jobs and Irvine caught on fire. And the smoke was going all the way to the beaches. And I'd be in the middle of a job interview. And I just start hacking up a lung. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And they'd be like, no, it's cool. We got it. We understand. Yeah. Because they're there too also. But as for this current inferno right now, it doesn't really affect me. The winds, which if you don't, I'd imagine that most of this country is not familiar with what happens in California that causes this, and that's the Santa Ana winds, which is a very, very powerful cluster of winds of dry heat. That helps, that friction that helps spur these fires and then spreads these fires, but it also kicks up a lot of allergens into the air because it comes from the deserts, and that's what triggers my allergies and what kind of triggers people to get sick. Luckily, I haven't experienced a lot of allergies in the past, like even since before the pandemic. I start to feel sometimes I get a little bit of a headache. But as far as like typical allergies where I'm sneezing and then I get this like tightness in my head, I haven't experienced that in a very long time. That's something that can happen. It is something that affects people out here. It's those Santa Ana winds because of the allergens that crap that's blowing in from the desert. So people are going to be a little bit weird around this time. That's why people kind of think that people go psycho and there's kind of this like myth that people start to murder people when the Santa Ana winds are blowing, but maybe it does, or it's just kind of an excuse. But it does affect people. So that's what causes these wildfires. That Santa Ana wind. It's very, very dry. People people from I listen to
any spark, it stirs it up pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, and I listen to a podcast for college football coming from the Midwest. They're like, how do they have wildfires in California when it's fucking wintertime and it's supposed to be cold? I'm like, dude, it's very, very dry. These winds are very strong. This is not fucking Ohio where it's moist and all this shit. It sparks fire because it's just the way it's very dry. And people are like, well, why don't you just go to the Pacific Ocean and throw water on there? Honestly, I don't know why we don't do that. But I think there's if you look at the ocean, if you've been to the ocean, you'd be like, dude, the ocean is fucking violent.
Yeah, that's it.
You're just gonna go there and like, all right, I'm just gonna walk into like it's a fucking bathtub and scoop up some water.
You want to stick a bucket in there? That's gonna fucking pull you down.
Yeah, those planes are gonna fucking crash. So
yeah,
people are kind of dumb when it comes to thinking about this. And then also, I hate to go in this direction. It does get a little political, and they're like, "Oh, it's because you're a blue state and blah blah blah." But dude, if you look at like 10 months ago, fucking Texas burned. They had wildfires, and no one was shitting on them.
I got a question about this wildfire real quick because I've heard conflicting reports, and that is that the Hollywood sign, the famous Hollywood sign, was on fire and burning down. I've heard that actually happened. I heard that is a false story. You being out there and a lot closer than me to it, is the Hollywood sign burning down?
No, I just fact checked it. It's fact checked. Hollywood sign is not affected by wildfires. I think it could happen though. It's I've been there. I've been there once or twice. I've hiked that area. It's hard to get up there. And if you get in that area and you want to hike, at some point you're going to be like, do I really want to keep going?
I can see it from down there.
I hiked to the point where I was like, I can see the bottom of the D. No Diddy. But that's well, I don't want to keep going. I'm going to go back to my car. I'm all sweaty and I got to pay for parking and shit. So it's like I've seen enough of the Hollywood sign. I'm going home. I'm going back to my car. I'm going to go somewhere else. No, the Hollywood sign's fine. But it could.
They have those events. Do you guys get warnings like this? So this is what I got multiple times last weekend. And so I don't know if you can read this, but it says, emergency alert, extreme. Unless it is an emergency, please do not drive on Kansas roads. It's very dangerous for you and for our emergency services employees. Stay home, stay safe. Many Kansas state and federal highways are closed due to the very dangerous conditions. These conditions will continue that was Sunday night, so Monday, January 6th. Do they do something like that for like the wildfires if it's starting to get close to your area, or
I'm sure they do. I'm so far away that it's not going to reach me unless it gets really out of hand.
Well, but I mean, just these emergency alert text messages.
Oh yeah,
like the Amber Alerts. Oh, okay.
I get Amber Alerts. I'm sure that if I was closer to Los Angeles or inland Orange County, I'd definitely be getting those type of alerts. But based on where I'm at, I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna walk down to the fucking ocean. I'm like, I don't need to. I'm like, dude, I'm so far away from anything that can burn. Knock on wood. Obviously, everything can burn, but I'm so far away from what could potentially burn from what's going on right now that it's not that big of a deal for me. But I was very concerned. I'd say earlier this week because the way the winds have been, it's kind of like, well, that could probably spark a fire anywhere. It doesn't have to be around a bunch of fields. So I think it was Monday night when the winds were so loud. No, it's probably Tuesday night. Monday or Tuesday night, the winds are so loud that I woke up and I was like, I better check. This is in the middle of the night. I better check to make sure nothing's on fire. So I did go to the window. I did look around.
But what is that glow?
Yeah, luckily there's nothing. I do work in one of the taller buildings in Orange County, so I work on the 10th floor. And there were times when I was in meetings and we were looking around at the building next to us. And I'm like, dude, those windows they're like going like this.
Jesus.
And we started hearing like weird sounds. We're like, Jesus. Like, are we safe? I'm sure we're safe, but are we safe? Are we safe until we get in the news for being like for for being a news story saying, hey, we thought we were safe because we're in a 10th story of a pretty secure building, and all of a sudden these Santa Ana winds were just,
Dude, that'd be so weird. Because we get some, I'm in the Plain States now, and we're in a high floor at a high point of the city. So yeah, when we're getting hammered by wind, you can see our windows starting to flex a little bit. I don't even know what those Santa Ana winds are doing when you're higher up, because we're on the 8th floor of a 12-story building at a high point in the city. So we get hammered by wind sometimes, but there's some taller buildings in Los Angeles. Well, in Southern California, not.
I'd say that when I was driving around, when I was outside and I was looking at the palm trees, I was thinking like, this looks like a rainless hurricane, because those trees were they looked like they were suffering. So I was like, are those trees gonna get uprooted and start flying around? Because it looked like like I said, a rainless hurricane.
Interesting.
I'd be at work and I come outside for lunch. I'd be like, I don't think I want to be outside right now. I mean, driving and kind of like you feel your car shake a little bit. Like, probably better don't drive too far. This. Yeah, because I don't know what these winds are gonna do. But I was like, I haven't been driving around too far, so I've been lucky that I don't need to go far distances. I have to risk that. Yeah, but hey, good. We're on fire. You're in ice. Hey, I'm working logistics. So I'm like, well,
hey, maybe we can just Ohio's on at some point.
Ohio's on ice. Kansas City's on ice. Atlanta's closed down because fucking Texas is closed down because of ice. And then California's on fire. So we have to come up with some workarounds and schedule some things.
Yeah, we've been doing some of that. I had to reschedule some stuff too. And then just Monday, the whole fucking state was closed, so that really hurt my scheduling and stuff. I had to work in the fucking cold because I was doing an access control project for a customer, and holy shit, it was cold. So we're out there trying to hold like power tools and cut into door frames so we can put in electric locks and all that, and oh my god. It fucking hurt. But yeah,
look at today and yesterday have actually been pretty pleasant. I was actually a little concerned that these winds are going to continue and who knows what's going to happen. But as far as today and yesterday, it's been okay. I feel like it's calmed down as far as my area goes. If you go up around, the Palisades, excuse me.
There are neighborhoods that are just annihilated.
Those are like so rich people. That's like the Palisades is where Saved by the Bell took place. So if you're like, hey, where's Zach and Kelly? They're probably on fire.
I had seen some neighborhoods that look kind of like your typical suburban neighborhoods, and they are just leveled. And I mean, I know there's some rich people out there. Like I think Paris Hilton had a home burned down.
One of my
Ricky
20 homes burned down. Okay.
Steve
Gutenberg.
Steve Kerr. Oh, yeah, Gutenberg too. Steve Kerr's house burned down. But those are people that, they're into the tens and hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth and probably have homes elsewhere that they can go to, or just the means to do something. It still sucks that their home burned down. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, them losing the house is like me losing a Superman figure. I'm like,
right.
I'm going to Target buy another one.
There are people that are in your basic like subdivision type suburban neighborhoods that their entire neighborhood got leveled. I think we've all seen the videos and pictures of, the people trying to get out, and they were so scared they abandoned their cars, and now they're getting pushed off the side of the road by bulldozers, and they're coming back to literally nothing. And even if there's anything to pack up and take with them, they don't even have a car to get out of there because they got nothing. So I just, those are.
I should have footage of Ohio State's locker room right now. Sorry.
I'm literally watching the same thing.
Oh, it's Cardinal Tate. What's up, Chicago boy?
All right, let's stream through some stuff so we can talk about what we really want to talk about.
Okay.
That's out and about. Moving on to I Play Nerd because Alex was playing with some toys already. What do you have new for us, or what's something that you're featuring in some of your recent or upcoming videos?
Yeah, well, I already showed Christopher Superman. Hold on, give me a sec.
Okay. I don't really have any new toys. I will next week though. Um, I'm pretty excited about that one. Right now, I am playing with beer. I don't drink that much anymore, but given the game tonight, I felt like it was appropriate to drink a couple of beers. So I'm gonna play nerd with a few beers tonight. Oh, and maybe this is worth talking about. And I play nerd. I took a pretty cool picture of the first down that Ohio State got with my game day dinner. Some pizza rolls, my potato chips, and Agbuka making a catch for a first down.
What's that green
So
shit in your cup there?
at the bottom, that's the shaker ball, the mixer ball.
What is that? Protein stuff?
No. So it's actually apple cider vinegar with like a little bit of ginger, turmeric, and cayenne pepper, and
Okay.
then I just put my BCA powder in there too.
Yeah. I'm working on getting back to apple cider vinegar, but that takes a little bit of time. Because
Yeah, that's
if you ever
mix
drinking
it.
apple cider vinener, you'll know
Yeah, dude,
why you stopped drinking apple cider vinegar.
mix it in with your BCAs, and
I don't think
you don't
BCAs.
even notice it. Oh, you don't? I like
No.
it because I like flavored water anyway, and it
I
just helps
start. I'm
with
back on.
hydration.
I'm getting lemons, so I try to go with natural lemons for lemon
Yeah,
water.
that's what I usually do is just squeeze a lemon wedge in there.
The only thing about lemons is that if you don't, and I probably learned this every like 3 years, and I just learned it again, is that if you buy lemons and you leave it outside, they can get moldy.
Outside or
No,
just
like
out of the
on your
fridge.
counter, just inside, but not in the refrigerator.
They shouldn't get moldy. I mean, I guess it depends on how long they were
I live
out
in a
there,
more
but
moist area though. Everybody else,
because I would say our fruit is usually just out like in a fruit basket out, not in the
no,
fridge.
my lemons got moldy,
Hmm.
so I threw away probably about 70% of them. Given they're all of them,
That
I
might be
bought for
worth
like
asking
$3 total.
when you get a chance. That may be worth asking Ashley about, because she might be able to give you some tips on how to keep those.
Oh, I already know. Put them in the fucking fridge. That's how to fix it.
Well, I mean, we don't, and I don't
But
know
I also
why. There's
live
no
in a
reason
different
you shouldn't.
area. I live in a
Yeah,
more
I know.
moist
I
area.
get that. I get that. Yeah.
Moist area minus, given minus those Santa Ana winds that are very dry.
I get
But
that.
back to Play Nerd. Here's one toy that I'm going to work on. This is a very fast video to make, so I'm going to do it eventually. This is my Superpowers Guy Gardner figure. This is a
green. It's a green,
fun
not Green
figure.
Lantern.
Superpowers is a toy line that I wanted as a kid. Now I was born like maybe a few months too late to get him, but they brought him back out for nostalgia purposes a few years ago, back in 2021. And this is a character that is a Green Lantern with a fucking 90s type bowl haircut. He's got a little penis haircut, which is fucking hilarious. He's going to be featured in the next Superman movie, played by Nathan Fillion, who they gave him the full like embarrassing bowl cut. So he's going to look very, very comic book accurate. What else do I got here? Hold on. Ooh, this is a figure I've had for a long time. I've just been waiting for a while to I didn't want to open it right. I didn't want to open it right away because I want to kind of spread out my content, and also there's budgetary reasons why I couldn't keep purchasing a bunch of figures.
Sure.
That's Silver Surfer.
Oh shit! I haven't. He
Look,
was
he's
in the
naked.
X-Men movies, wasn't he?
No, Fantastic Four.
Or
This
yeah,
was
that's what I
this was
thinking.
actually exclusive to Walgreens. Yeah, that Walgreens for some reason. Toys were exclusive to Walgreens. And then after a few years, they made them available on Amazon. So I got them probably close to half a year ago. I put them in the closet. Like I'll open them when it's time. But he's one of my favorite comic book characters. That's from Marvel, but not X-Men. So I've been waiting to open up that one. And then one more. A Halloween costume that I did before society got the way it is. And that's Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Oh no shit.
Hell yeah. I always love Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2. Dude, this package is awesome.
What about Shang-Chi?
This Shang-Chi is
Marvel.
Marvel and also a very racist character that they translated to movies. Yeah, that's something you don't want to go into. Kind of short of it is that I think he's actually half white, half Caucasian because his dad wanted to mate with a Caucasian because they're the master race. So yeah, we started going into a little bit of it's a little bit of racism going on there.
Interesting.
It was the 60s or 70s, whatever it was, but they're like, okay, yeah, I can't do that now.
Interesting.
So Chun-Li from Street Fighter 2, great packaging. I did dress up as her on Halloween. I don't remember what year that was, but God, chicks were all over me. This was before, people started calling woke and all that other shit. It was just people having fun. Just people having fun. Hey, dude, dress as a girl. Cool, let's have fun. But definitely a different time. I'd say probably it was prior to 2015. I'm going to say it was 2011, 2011. Is it 2011, 2012, or 2013? When we could still do that type of shit before people started, politicizing how you walk down the street. And I'm probably, if I could find footage, if I could find a picture of it, I'm going to put it in my review once I film footage for that figure. And that's when my views go down. You woke motherfucker! I'm like, dude, I was having
You're
fun.
reviewing
Dude.
a toy, dude. Yeah.
I was doing this Chun-Li because it was funny.
And it was funny and creative. Who cares? You've done
time.
Wonder Woman.
Different time in American history.
Yeah. If anything, that's discriminatory to cut you down for dressing like that. Like, why can't you?
I remember when I was dressing like that. I showed up to bars and people were just going nuts. And the bartenders are like, holy shit, it's you. Definitely a different time in this country.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't have any new toys, but I think I will next week. So I'm excited to show you what I got because I think you're going to like it a lot.
Dude, I'd say this, dude. Hot Wheels collectors, they're pretty big. They buy a lot of shit. And I'd say like even my type of collectors, Hot Wheels makes a lot of Batmobile toys.
Yep.
That are like $1, $2. Or if you're looking for a specific one, it's like $10. Like, God damn it, that's like a $1 figure. That's a scream about Hot Wheels toys. When we were kids, Hot Wheels toys were 99 cents. Now they're like $1.29. So it's like it didn't really go up that high. Or even
that's what I love about them, and I like them. I've got them hanging up, and you can find some cool ones. I mean, it's not just the Batmobile. Like you can find the Scooby Doo mystery van.
Those ones will probably cost a little bit more.
Yeah, but they're still a little bit more. Is like that might be $2.
Yeah. Oh, so you're paying $2 now in 2025. Yeah. Sorry.
So, hey, babe. Hi, babe. Welcome home.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, while Alex is taking a little restroom break, we're going to say hi to somebody that just popped in. Let me switch my sound a little bit so that you can hear what's going on.
Ohio State behind you.
I do. I sure do.
Oh,
And
you
I
guys are
have
watching the game.
no voice. I'm sure you knew I was watching the game because I was setting off the barking alert. So we have a
Okay.
Furbo, so we know
Oh,
when
no, Alex.
our dog Millie is barking. He's taking a restroom break. And Ashley works at nights, but she knows when I'm watching a game because the Furbo starts going crazy and she knows it's not Millie.
All night long.
All night
All
long?
night long.
Oh,
It was off.
I knew it was going off for you because it was going off on my phone too. And I was like, what is that? Oh,
Well,
I did
I
that.
just thought it was, I don't know. I mean, I forgot the game was tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I don't know what I thought. But I did notice it went off like 6 times.
Oh, I was screaming at the TV.
How are they doing?
They won.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It was a tight
They
game.
won.
It was a tie game going into the fourth quarter.
Look, you can't really see it in there. Did you eat?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can I take her out really quick?
Okay.
Love you.
You too.
Bye, podcast land.
And that is what we call the Ashley Cameo Challenge. If you would like to participate in said Ashley Cameo Challenge, drop a comment saying hi Ashley with a wavy emoji. And if you want to beat everybody to the punch, put a timestamp on when you saw her, and if you're the first one to comment with the correct timestamp, you win nothing except for us saying you win. Alex is putting buck nuts in his mouth, so
Buck nuts.
did he?
Hi, Alex.
Hi. You look like you came from somewhere cold.
Okay.
Love you.
Me too. She did. She came from outside and it snowed last night. We got another probably three or 4 inches of snow last night. So the roads are a little bit slushy this morning, which growing up where we grew up between Chicago and Ohio, I was fine, but not everybody was. So
We've got 14.5 inches of snow this week.
I believe it. So I don't know if you heard that. Ashley looked it up, and we have gotten 14 and a half inches of snow in the last week.
That's a thing.
That is a thing. That's actually, that's Chicago, Milwaukee, Minneapolis. That's winter.
That's most of the country.
That's winter, but here in Missouri and Kansas, that's a lot of snow. That is a lot of snow. We only get a snowfall like that every couple of years. So, but anyway, yeah. So I was just telling her that what we did. So anyway, that was I Play Nerd. If you're curious, oh shit, I just had it up. Where did it go? Oh hell. Anyway, if you're curious, look it up on YouTube at I Play Nerd. That is literally the name of the channel. Check it out. Alex puts out a few videos a week, and if you like that kind of thing, man, it's pretty entertaining. Moving on to the segment, kind of paying homage to my personal project channel. That is Hey Dad, Watch This. It's kind of an adventure-based channel, but I haven't been able to get out very much, so I don't have a whole lot of content, so we're just kind of doing stuff that, things that you might say, think of when you're thinking as a little kid, you might say, hey Dad, watch this. Well, I finally got back into working out, so this is me doing some pretty lightweight shoulder presses because my shoulder is pretty messed up and I'm just trying to keep some motion going. I'm hoping next week I'll have a little bit more of the adventure type content because I'll actually be getting out to an event next weekend with some buddies from those types of industries. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting back into a rhythm with the working out and trying to get myself in halfway decent shape for my upcoming wedding in May.
What time was that at? Because there's no one at that gym.
This is just the fitness center here at our
Yeah.
condo building.
That's the best ones to have because you're just like,
Yeah.
mine is well, if I go to the one at my apartment complex, it's like a 20-second walk. I just walk out my door, turn left, walk down the stairs, go through a door. Other than that,
Well,
I have shit in my apartment that can replicate that type of workout that I need. I have kettlebells, I have one set of dumbbells, which aren't that very heavy. I just got them for very cheap. And I have this is key. You gotta have a fucking pull-up bar, dude. Pull-up bars are so key. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Don't damage your door because you live
You
in an
can
apartment.
get a lot done with a
pull-up
pull-up bar.
damage.
You can get a lot done with a pull-up bar and some resistance bands.
I have resistance bands. I just haven't used them because, well, I don't work out like biceps or triceps because fucking old. So there's always so much you could do without damaging your joints, and I'm not gonna waste my time on small muscles like biceps and triceps, which is typically people use resistance band for. If I could do chest with kettlebells, I'm gonna do that. Or if I could just walk down 20 seconds and do chest there, that's what I'm gonna do.
To hit chest a little more without going anywhere, if you take your resistance bands, you kind of wrap it around your back and put it underneath your hands, you can create more resistance just doing a normal push-up.
Yeah, I also have dude, it's so cheap to do this. I got it from some of my excursions over to a Ross store. Is I got push-up bars, so you can go deeper.
Oh yes, you can go a little deeper. I like it.
It was $5 dude. I spent $5. I got push-up bars. I'm like, dude, these things are fucking awesome for $5. Given they probably cost about $1 to make.
Another way you can do that, you said you got couple of dumbbells. You can do the push-ups on the dumbbells too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dumbbells too.
To go deeper.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
If
you don't, not as much of a stretch because dumbbell push-up bars are a little bit higher.
Yeah, sure.
Stretch out the chest more, but hey, why not?
And I think one thing, at least I personally learned during COVID, was you can get pretty creative with workouts. I don't have a pull-up bar, but like I went to a park, wrapped a resistance band, heavyweight resistance band around like a branch of a tree, and just pulled it down.
Yeah,
you go slow enough, and if you like doing more of the negative style push-ups, so you'd be able to go deeper, get a couple of bricks. Do push-ups on those. You'll be able to go a little deeper, or I don't know, vary it up. Like do a stagger, like go next to a stair step, so you have one hand lower than the other, and then you can go deeper with one side, and then you turn around and do it the other way. So it's, I think that's one of the things I like about working out is you can get pretty creative with it.
Home workouts are the best because it's no excuse to why you can't work out. It's like, I gotta drive here. Me, I'm like, I don't want to walk, 13 seconds to my gym. Like, all right, well, I got a pull-up bar. I got like 7 kettlebells. So you're gonna be able to do something with that. And they're at the point where it's like, okay, this is heavy, and you can push yourself to failure pretty quickly with these kettlebells.
Oh, I bet.
So
you go slow and controlled enough, like you do. What is it, like a 4-second eccentric? Like, yeah.
So when it comes to like coming up with excuses, say I don't have time to do this because I want to watch the Bears game. I've watched the Bears game while doing shoulder press. Yep. Right here, right next to me, right here next to my TV. Because I woke up too late and I don't want to walk down to the gym, but I have enough equipment here where I could watch the game and work out too.
Yeah. If you would have seen me during the Ohio State game, you would have seen me jumping over the coffee table, doing a lot of high knees, or like knees to chest jumps, a lot of air boxing.
Oh, you just see me like really
Shadowboxing.
stressed out. I've been like I'm like this, very quiet.
Oh, whenever like, every time they scored, I went crazy.
It just really depends on how serious the game is with me. Now, I'm like very like bipolar when it comes to these games where I'm just like jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, I'll probably be the same way. I'm just like very like tense. Where it's like, you know, we're the same. We're a team that lost to an unranked Michigan that had all their best players that sat out because they don't want to get injured before the draft, and we lost. So we can always regress back into that type of team.
Yeah.
Which is what I was concerned about for Texas. And what I'm concerned about with Notre Dame is I'm going to be very well, hold on. Oh, God, I got to bitch about this. So this game, they always put the game on a fucking Monday night.
Hey, real quick, let me just say, make sure we're transitioning into the next segment. Breaking to us news, which, by the way, I don't have anything lined up because if you've been with us before, you already know what Alex and I are going to spend the rest of the time talking about. It is the Buckeyes versus Longhorns game that just happened tonight in the Cotton Bowl. Here we go. Let's get into it. So go ahead.
Natty is always on a Monday.
Yes.
Monday night. Why? Why did they do this to us? And it starts at, I think, 4:30. You know what? Coverage is at 4:30. It probably starts at like 4.
That's 4:30 Pacific time, by the way.
Pacific time. Sorry, Pacific time. Yeah. So kickoff was probably like 4:45 Pacific time. But dude, hear us over by the Pacific Ocean. Doesn't really work out for us that way. We're rushing. We're struggling. We can't get off work in time. So I know I'm going to miss the first half of the game. I don't know how I'm going to play that at work without getting fired because I'm going to like try to listen in on it. And then try to that's a Monday, so traffic's going to be bad once I do get off work. So I got to manage successfully driving home without dying while watching without listening to the game. I'm probably going to have it. I'm not going to I need to like
do you have a mount for your phone in your car?
No, and I don't want to because I don't want to be watching a football game. Southern California traffic.
I wasn't going to necessarily encourage that, but I was just going to mention
that. I'm not going very far either. It's just that.
Yeah. I do have a mount, but it's because I use my phone for my GPS.
I mean, I might be able to take non-freeway roads home so I could glance over at my phone. Which might, who knows, dude? The way Southern California traffic usually is, might even be faster.
Well, I mean, even if you're not looking at your phone, just turn the game on and play it through your speakers so you know what's going on.
Yeah, I could do that, but that means I'm gonna have YouTube or not YouTube. I'm gonna have Hulu Live on, not sponsored, and there's gonna be some visuals that I could look over at.
Yeah, you can take some peeks every now and again. Yeah, I'm with you.
So maybe I just like do one of those things where my plan is to leave work, take back roads home, play on my phone, but put my phone face down until I get home.
That's the wise thing.
Maybe the best way to do that.
It's not what I would do, but that is the wise thing to do.
Now, how am I going to do that? Because I have to get access to Hulu Live, which I just did today for a 3-day trial because I created another email account to get that free trial. Here's the thing. Here's what I did today because I was working from home today, and I was rushing because I took a nap at work, and I was like, during my lunch break, I want to take a nap and also sign up for sign up for Hulu Live, not sponsored. And I rushed and I accidentally put in one of my other. I actually accidentally signed up with my other email addresses, which I already used for Hulu Live. So they charged me $80-something. I was like, oh no. So I had to contact customer service and say this was an accident. But I also signed up with my new email address. which is actually what I'm watching right now. If you see me looking to my left, I'm like, I have Hulu Live on right now to watch what's going on ESPN. So next Monday, is it Monday? No, it's the Monday after that. Sorry.
Is your Hulu Live going to be expired?
Yeah, I'm just going to create another email address and re-sign up for Hulu.
Well, I was thinking if you want, I might have something you can try. I'm not going to say what we're going to try, but I might have something you can try.
I'm one of those meth stream / crack stream guys, and if you didn't listen to last week's episode, the guy who does God's work by running meth streams and crack streams, he took a break. He's taking a break. I don't know why. No one knows what's going on, but he's taking a break from giving people free access. I think it's more like it's probably a lot of effort on his part or her part or their part, probably multiple people. So they had to bow out for a little bit, and just timing wise doesn't work out for me. So I gotta find alternative ways to doing it. I've been Stream East was my original, and it does work, but it does take a lot more effort, and it's a lot of clicking around. It's not going to work on a phone or a tablet as easily, as far as I know.
Ooh, excuse me.
But I'm just going to create another email account, and
it's
then
not fake. It's a real email.
keep it active for the college football national championship, and then I'll probably do another one for the Super Bowl if Crackstream is not back up online.
Man, do you still have your stream up? I just saw that the Arizona Cardinals sent an extra plane to help the Rams.
I saw some kind of a corner of my eye. I didn't know what happened though. I saw Cardinals and Rams
with the fires and everything. But
they can't be having the games in the Rams games are in Inglewood, where SoFi Stadium is. That stadium's fucking awesome.
I've heard
they're probably getting smoke out there. As far as landing in LAX, that might be a problem. I'd say landing in LAX is probably a problem right now. Landing in if you land Burbank, it might be a problem too. Depending on how the winds are blowing, Burbank might be.
They just go down to San Diego.
Landing in Orange County is probably okay. I know that because I work next to the Orange County Airport, Santa Ana Airport, and on the 10th floor, so I see planes landing, and it's kind of distracting when I'm working. I'm like, oh, cool. Today I saw Spirit, not today. Yesterday I saw Spirit Airlines, and I was like, they're still around.
God,
Orange County should still be okay. Burbank, I'm not sure. Burbank is probably way closer to the fires, but depending on how the winds are blowing, the smoke might be it might be okay just based on how the wind is blowing the smoke. San Diego is probably fine. I say San Diego, Orange County are fine. LAX, Long Beach is probably a problem, and Burbank might be a problem too. So if they're flying,
what about John Wayne?
Orange County is probably okay.
Oh, okay.
I live close to John Wayne Airport in Orange County. I work even closer to John Wayne Airport in Orange County.
Gotcha. I forgot to ask you, did you wear all your Buckeyes gear today to work?
I worked from home, so a little bit.
Oh. I wore my shit to work, and I had to go on a couple of customer sites, and one of them is it's kind of like a golf gym. I don't know how to describe it. It's a golf place, golf focused place. They got a bunch of simulators. It's not a bar. It's not like one of those bars with golf simulators. It is focused around the golf. They've got professional instructors, and I was doing some work there today, and I walked in with all my Buckeyes gear, and one of their members was leaving, and sure enough, she goes, OH! Shout back the IO. She was from Columbus. I told her I was from Centerville. in the Dayton area and got excited about the game. Then ended up having some other conversations with some of the employees and the owner of the business about the Buckeyes.
I think it's kind of funny. The company I work for is a very, very large international company. And this division I work for is they actually recently relocated here. I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even less than that. And they relocated from Dallas, Texas. A lot of those people came from Dallas, Texas that work here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on we're on our
Longhorns fans.
We're on our well, I don't know. It sounds like I don't know what's gonna happen today. A lot of people came from there. A lot of people came from Southern California. I don't get a high sense of sports fandom within this organization. So or maybe they're just not talking about it. So I wasn't sure how they feel. So I was like, I don't know what's going to happen there. They're going to talk about Texas football from our like group chats, but no one said anything. And I'm a new guy, so I was like, if anyone says shit about Texas, I'm going to let them know where I'm from.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
No one said anything. It's just all business today. So
I've even
maybe no one cares.
So
they care more about K-pop.
We do a lot of work at Kansas State University. So I'm out there pretty often.
Where Will Howard's from?
Where Will Howard is from.
Where Billion Howard's from?
And I have mentioned a couple times, like, yeah, we got your guys' backup quarterback.
He was a starter, and then I guess he didn't perform, but that may be more of a surrounding talent type deal.
I would say I think it was more of a system fit, right? Kind of like why Quinn Ewers left Ohio State to go to University of Texas.
Quinn Ewers left Ohio State. He went to Ohio State just for the fucking money. He kind of hinted that in some of the pregame interviews. It's like he went there to learn and get money, and then he says he was, homesick, and CJ Stroud was there, which sure, given CJ Stroud was there, if he would have waited this time, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
He went to Ohio State for the money because NIL was coming up. They're like, oh, cool. Let's go there and get some money. And then
I'll never blame a kid for that. If you can go make $1 million.
He got $1 million for doing shit in Columbus, Ohio. He did sacrifice. He sacrificed his senior year of high school. Some people will say
for $1 million?
$1 million, like, all right. Yeah, fine, dude.
We have parents that were very much, you're going to college, right?
You know how many girls are going to meet in Ohio State saying, hey, I'm the quarterback?
I totally feel like if there was $1 million on the table for us to go to college early or not sit out a year or whatever, especially our dad would have been like, yeah, do that. You're going to college so you can increase your earning potential. Well, if somebody's going to give you $1 million for whatever, I mean, as long as it's not illegal or immoral, why wouldn't you do that, right? Anyway.
You made a smart move.
I would like to show, since we are focused on the game, I feel like I want to show, and it's going to be a little scattered, but, well, no, I better not. I don't want to get it copywritten, but let's talk about our 2 favorite moments of the game, favorite plays of the game. And for me, I'm going to go backwards. So my second favorite moment of the game, this is post-game, is the end of the first half. Texas had just scored kind of, I'm not going to lie, I felt a little deflated because they tied the game late in the half. And they left, 30 seconds on the clock. And we came out, took the kickoff, got the ball placed, one play, because they dropped everybody back to cover all of our receivers, right? And Travion went out for, kind of a shallow screen. All the linemen were already ahead of him and just charging forward. You were going to basically had 4 300+ pounders running full speed ahead of you. That was amazing. It was awesome. And I was already like complaining because Travion got a stupid penalty, stupid like unsportsmanlike penalty. So I was really happy to see him turn that around and really shift the tide.
Sherry's my favorite player on the Buckeyes right now, and that play was from like the 15-yard line.
25, because they took a touchback. Okay.
Oh, it was pretty far back, and he just
it was amazing.
He totally bumped up his draft capital for the NFL with that one. And I've been watching for 3 years. 4 years. I'm like, yeah, this guy's gonna be good. But he keeps getting injured, and then Quinton Judkins comes in. Now they split plays, and you could see both of them just freaking unleash. It's amazing.
It was awesome, dude. It's awesome. It was awesome. And then that would have been my favorite, except for, dude, the play that iced it basically was Jack Sawyer getting the sack on his old roommate, forcing the fumble, and then picking up and running it back for 85 yards for the touchdown to go ahead by 2 touchdowns. Oh my God, that was amazing. Amazing.
That play was right after, I guess, right after Quinton Judkins. I think he ran it in for like 2 yards.
Yeah.
For a touchdown. So we're up 7 points. And I was on a text message with my longtime buddies from Ohio State, and we're talking about, we always say shit that Ohio State people say, which is sometimes pleasant, most times not pleasant. And right after that when Texas went on offense right there, I just texted JTT, which is JT Tuimalau, and Jack Sawyer need to eat. That's all I texted defense. And then that's when JTT. That's not JTT. JTT didn't do shit.
Jack Sawyer went and got it, baby.
Jack Sawyer scooped and scored.
Oh my God!
And then we were getting all too cocky because through Ohio State we get a little bit cocky sometimes. And I said, "Hey guys, 14 points can disappear so quickly."
Yeah. I didn't want to, because there was still 3 minutes left. Well, more than 2 minutes left, not quite 3.
Yeah, around 2 minutes. And then my next text message was, Caleb Downs needs to eat.
Oh, nice.
And then Caleb Downs got an interception, which iced the game.
He got that pick to ice. Almost iced the game.
You fucking call it.
Almost iced the game. They needed to get a first down, but once they got that first down, game was over. It was a kneel down. We were good to go.
Money well spent. Meaning Caleb Downs, we spent a lot of money on him, but
man, I will say for 3.5 quarters, that game was very stressful.
Yeah, I knew that Ohio State would regress at some point. They're not going to have that same success that we saw with Tennessee, with Oregon, just because it's, and I don't know how to explain it. There's no logical way to say it, because Oregon was the number 1 team in the country. They are the best team.
Yeah, that's what you get hyped
in the regular season. And I'd say Texas was probably number 2. And I knew that we're just not going to be able to treat Texas the way that we treated Tennessee and Oregon, because Coach Sark at Texas, he's fucking a genius. I'm not gonna fucking degrade that guy. Plus the talent they currently have, especially when they have fucking the next quarterback Jesus, sit on the bench there going, who my uncles are? My uncles are?
Let's talk about a little Arch Manning. He went in for one play.
He could be the real deal.
That first down. Wait, but did he fumble? Did he fumble the ball?
No.
I didn't. Oh man, it was so close. I thought it was coming out, but when they called it, when they called it down, I knew they couldn't overturn it.
Yeah.
I think if they would have called it a fumble from the very get-go, I don't think they would have overturned that either.
Whenever they call it field, it stands.
Yeah.
But last year, when you talk about NIL, the top two guys had the family names. I forgot the first guy's name. LeBron James kid. No, well, Bronny James. No one remembers his fucking name now. Bronny James and Arch Manning. I think, and Bronny James, as far as money goes, number one, and Arch Manning number two, but kind of a big dip between number one and number two. And I was like, dude, Bronny James can't do shit. Arch Manning, I don't know.
Yeah. They say he's a great passer. He has
Arch Manning can run and he can throw. And that's why I was worried about this game, because they're going to set him up to be if you look back to like 2017 or 18, when Alabama was in the national championship with Jalen Hurts, but they had Tua Tagovailoa coming out the bench.
Tonga via concussion.
Yeah. And they benched Jalen Hurts for Tua, and they won the national championship. I was like, ooh, we could run into that type of situation.
I had that thought too.
At that time, I had a roommate who's from Alabama, and he kept telling me, we have a better quarterback named Tua. He's just on the bench. I was like, okay. And then they put him in the national championship game, and that shit happened. I was like, holy shit. But I thought I was going to have with Arch Manning. I think Arch Manning's time is now coming up.
It's coming.
And people were speculating that Quinn Ewers, originally from Ohio State, was going to come back and possibly transfer to Ohio State or Georgia or wherever, because he just did not show enough.
You know what I heard today? Literally,
which I agree. He's not showing enough, but I think he should just go to the draft. Possibly.
You know what I heard today? So I have a neighbor who played ball at Texas Tech. Played there when Patrick Mahomes was there. And he was talking to somebody today, or not, I don't know if it was today, but he was talking to somebody, and there is some talks of them trying to convince Quinn Ewers to go transfer over to Texas Tech.
It's possible.
That could be for real breaking news from the GAJ podcast, by the way. I might have
surrounding talent,
the real deals.
This is not going to be what you get at Texas or any at the other possible landing spots if Quinn Ewers were to return back to college football.
Say that again.
Texas Tech surrounding talent is not going to be the same level as at the other landing spots.
So I will flat admit, I don't know how much I believed it. I think he just heard something. I don't know if he necessarily believes it either. But I don't know if there's a recruiting class that they aren't talking about because they don't want anybody scooping up who they're pulling in, but they're supposedly there's talks of them trying to convince Ewers to go to Texas Tech. Now, he didn't say that it's definitely happening by any means. And he didn't even necessarily say he's got that from credible sources. So I don't know, but it's December 10th. And if it happens, you heard it here first.
It's January 10th.
Podcast. Sorry, it's January 10th. Thank you very much. It's January 10th. And if it happens, you heard it here first on the GAJ podcast.
I'd say that he hasn't shown a whole lot to give him a high draft capital pick.
I feel like he's got another year of college ball.
I wanted him to go high, but that's just the way things work out. I'd say that.
I think he's going back for another year. I just don't know if it's at Texas or somewhere else.
We just saw Carson Beck do what Carson Beck did.
Yeah. You know what?
He for the draft, and then he committed to Miami today or yesterday. One of the days.
Wait, what? Is that the dude from Georgia?
Yep.
Oh, I thought he declared for the draft.
He did.
Oh, and then he reneged?
Yesterday. Today, he committed to Miami.
Oh, shit.
Because
Go to
Cam
you,
Moore is
huh?
probably going maybe number one. Depending on who, I don't know who had the number one pick. But if it's like New York Giants,
I thought it was the Giants.
Las Vegas Raiders, Tennessee
yeah.
Titans, they might be going for Cam Ward to be drafted number one. Or who knows? Maybe they'll draft Travis. No, I don't think they should draft Travis Hunter. I think those teams want a quarterback.
Well, whether you like it or not, if you're looking at what's his name, Travis Hunter, I feel like you also have to consider the baggage that could potentially come with that.
He has played both sides for way too long, so there is some wear and tear. And then he wants to play both sides in NFL. Dude, you ain't gonna fucking do that, dude.
The last time I remember seeing somebody try that was what was his name? Gamble from Ohio State.
Chris Gamble.
His
name got forgotten.
Yeah, because he tried to do it and it wore him out. You can't do it in the NFL. Like, you just can't.
You really should not do it in college either.
No.
Maybe your first year, like, look what I could do.
It looks impressive for 1 year, but then people are going to start taking notice that your body is taking a beating.
Yep.
Which means your long-term value in the NFL, it goes down. So, I mean, hey, more power to you if you want to and can prove me wrong, but I would say the majority of you, probably not the best decision to try and go two ways. I mean, maybe, there are the occasions, I'm not saying never, but to do it on a regular basis, boy, you're putting a lot of miles on a young body.
His days of going both ways are over.
If he's smart. I mean, there'd be, kind of like wildcat packages. There are packages you might be able to put in that work him into some two-way scenarios, but to do it on a regular basis, no. I don't see it happening. Anyway,
we've got way over time, and I got to pee soon.
Yeah, so as much as we have enjoyed talking about the Buckeyes and football and the fact that we are in the natty, baby.
In the natty.
It is time to give you, our viewers, a rest on it. We will probably talk about it a little more next week. And then obviously after the actual national championship game. But in the meantime, we'll get into some closing thoughts. I only have one. It may be similar to Alex's. Alex, I'm going to let you go first. Closing thought.
I've been talking to a lot of Ohio State people, and it's given the outcome of today, given the outcome of yesterday, given the expectations of what could happen in the next game, given the momentum and performance. Notre Dame is heavily underdogged, which makes them prime to be a Cinderella story.
Yeah. I hope we don't underestimate them.
Is a player from Ohio State. So it's just like, don't get too cocky if you're an Ohio State fan. And just,
I hope we hammer
I want this team, I want this fan base to treat this like we're playing in a number one ranked Michigan team. We're playing a number one ranked Michigan team that we previously lost to in the regular season, which we did.
Treat
it like that. Treat it like
a big game.
We're playing the number one team in the nation, and we have to prepare to unleash all those weapons that we have and keep that defense going the way it has been going. So I just don't want to be too cocky because that's the way that sports fans tend to go when we have that type of momentum.
Yeah.
I got to pee. Peace. I'm out of here.
I like being confident. I don't like being cocky. Let's treat Notre Dame like the team they are. They are in the national championship game for a reason. Anyway, Alex is off to the restroom. I'm about to sign off of here. Guys, thanks again for joining us. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. In the meantime, I'm going to play some music. So we can get out of here. Whoa, what did I just do? I lost everything. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us again for yet another episode of the GAJ Podcast. All right, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week. Adios, amigos.